Oi, I don't want any kids. And I've had people that have kids tell me that they don't get any kids. But do you want kids? We all want kids, don't we? I feel like it's a past generation thing. Like our parents want us to have kids. Like the situation of you wanting me to want what you want. You know, but I'm very clear, and my feet are firmly placed on the ground that I do not want to have kids at all. But it's not for the reason you think. You know, if you go on YouTube and Google, do your research on why people, different opinions on why people don't want to have kids. My only fibs, is that the word? Yes. I only have a problem with the people that dance around it, the topic. Like, bro, don't dance around the topic. Like, I'll show you how they dance around the topic. You realize this? See? Yeah. Oh, hold on. This nail is coming off, and it's the only nail I have left. Look at my nails; they're nice and clean. But I always leave this. It's like a Congolese thing. I got it from I'm Sudanese, but there's this Congolese nigga always cuts his nails and leave the pingy. But on one hand, not on both. See? Like that. They'll dance around the question, go talk about other things that don't are not even related, just like that. I need to take this off. It would have been cool if it hit the camera and hit back at me. Why does anybody want to have kids? Bro, it's been 2 minutes while you're watching why I don't want to have kids. And within those 2 minutes, I've done the most childish things possible. I am a child. I cannot have a child. Most people don't want to admit that they are children. You know, what's that meme? Two idiots gets together and they. I never even asked why I was born or none of that. Or the thoughts of unaliving myself never occur, bro. It occurred once, and made a serious attempt. But that was that was years ago. That was like 7 years ago. Ever since then, I haven't thought about it. So, I love kids, bro. That's the thing. Once I told my mama this, she was confused because, but all my siblings, all my cousins, I play with them. If there's a family meeting, because I have a big family, they'll have like a big family meeting at a hall. I go to the playground, all the other kids, and just kick the ball around or something, bro. And just go play with my siblings, go chill with them. You know, I love my siblings. I love all that. I love the neighborhood kids. We kick the ball around. Everybody has a big game of soccer or some shit. Football. Football. But the reason I don't want to have kids is very simple. Well, it's not simple. I'll give you a few. One, I am a child myself. I haven't worked out what this is, what we're doing here, what life is, or whether I want to continue it. I haven't worked out whether my DNA is so special that I need to pass it on to somebody. I haven't even worked out whether floating on a rock is even worth it, bro. Or it'll be even worth it the time that all the pain we put ourselves through. I am even struggling to understand what our whole purpose is as human beings. You know, you can take it as hate, like I hate my own species, my own race. But I believe I'm an alien. I don't believe I'm one of you people. The reason I say that is it's very clear to me that the things that hurt us, we don't like to discuss. Or if you do discuss them, people laugh at you. Knowing me, myself, I think that my child will be mocked. My child would be too weird, too unique, too expressive. Because that's how I would raise this little nigga. I would raise him to express himself however he wants. I'll raise him or her to know that she is life itself and she can express herself in the most beautiful way possible. but then that kid will be considered weird, you see. And so I don't want to have kids because, oh, the world is terrible, like the anti-natalists. This is a sad world. We're all slaves. There's just big people with the power. And this is just an evil world. There's diseases. It sounds like you moaning, nigga. Like you're here now, so what? I mean, like, it's not the most intelligent take, but you're here, bro. Like, so why are we even, like, discussing this? He's, like, discussing a way out, you know. Some people, they hate it so much, so the moment they wake up, they'll take some kind of a drug. They go to sleep. And then you'll have to wake up and do the whole thing again tomorrow. And then they'll take a drug and go to sleep. And then they'll do it again. Yo, it's not funny, bro. My child could easily become one of them. One of these people that, like, take a drug, go to sleep, and do it again. Or one of these people who pick up ideologies just as a form of entertainment, as a distraction for their times on this planet, you know. Or my child become, God forbid, a motivational speaker. Ugh. I'd rather this guy become a drug dealer, or a mafioso, you know. Or a corrupt con man, something, bro. I'd rather him become a oil rig and destroy the environment than to become a motivational speaker. Ugh. My body is just shivering thinking about that. That's why I don't want to have a child, bro. It might become a motivational speaker. I have to stop and change topic. Please stop. Look, I left a little. I have to bite it off, don't I? Another reason why I don't want to have a kid is I think thinking is a problem itself. The thinking in the human mind, why we think, why we want a thing, to me is some sort of a disease. Thinking is a disease. Thinking is the enemy of all things. The animals are so lucky, they don't have to think. So maybe I would have to raise my child like an animal so he doesn't have to, like, have self-respect, for example, or feel shame, or dream, have dreams like you, and goals, and all of this. And, bro, we're all on a wheel here. And some of us that don't want to have kids, especially in Japan, in Italy, in some European countries where the birth rates is falling. Can you believe this, bro? Japanese had millions of people before Pakistan. I think it was, I don't know, don't quote me on the time here, but within 60 to less than 100 years, bro, Pakistan went from 30 million people to now, I don't know how much. I would have to Google it. But I can show you it's more than 100 million passing Japan. Japan plateaued. They didn't go up, they didn't go down. Now they're going down. I think that I've never been to Japan. I've had some Japanese friends, so this is purely speculation. I think the Japanese kids that don't want to have kids, the Japanese young people that don't want to have kids, realize that their parents struggle, you know, to make their lives better. But while their parents were struggling to make their lives better, they weren't at home, so they missed the whole thing. They missed their child growing up. They missed everything. That parent then did not pass on his worldview or her worldview to the child. All the indoctrination, you know, with the time they spent at work just slaving away, dying to provide a beautiful life for their child, did quite the opposite. It made the child actually think about, do I want to go to work and repeat what my parents repeated? Do I want to go to work and do what my parents did? Bring a child into this world and then sacrifice the precious minutes I have every day to put food on the table for Disney? Or should I be selfish to the core, work a little bit, and just ride it out? Literally just ride it out. Instead of sacrificing and do what your dad or mom did, then put you before and just slave away. You think to yourself, bro, I don't want to put my kid in that situation where one day he's gonna have to replace me in the cog. I might as well just enjoy whatever time I have here and ride it out. That's why I never think of thoughts of unaliving myself. I just want to ride it out with less complications as possible. I don't want to have a kid and then I'm arguing with this little nigga because I want him to do X, Y, and Z. That's what we all do, bro. We want people to want the things that we want. Suppose you want to be a millionaire, and then I say, "Oh, bro, you can be a millionaire, but I don't really want to be a millionaire. Hey, like I don't care, bro. Um, you gotta work hard. I don't want to work hard. Like even though I tried for years, for 5 years, and I genuinely loved what I was doing, I was a hard worker. I sort of don't want to work, man. Like I don't want to do what you do. I don't want to get up in the morning, then get pissed off at the fact that I gotta get up in the morning and work. A lot of Aussies they pride themselves on work. And then, bro, when you look around, it's like everything is so perfect, man. Like, why do I need to go and work again? But all I need is Wi-Fi, pasta, cream, um, occasionally some girls, and that's about it, bro. And I think that's not too much to ask, is it? Now my son or daughter comes along, and they have to play ball now. The things that they will have to ask for or want will be things that other people want them to want. So you got to drag through life because two people had sex and brought you into this world. And now they're telling you got to go to work. You got to be, you know, God forbid you were indoctrinated at such a young age to think that you will be somebody one day. Or you're important. You are born for some grandiose purpose. One day you're going to be like Moses and leaders out of Mount Sinai and split the sea. Or you'll be the leader that we were all waiting for, the visionary, the one who's going to take us to the promised land, the land of milk and honey, the land of TikTok and bad song lip sync or whatever it's called, the land of bangi, dugu, weed. I don't know, bro. Like, the reason I don't want to have kids, man, I'm not impressed with what we built. I think it's cool. Like, some countries are cool. And I like their cultures and I like everything. But, bro, like, I want to ride it out. Have fun, ride it out as much as possible, and leave nothing. Because I know I'm not going to leave anything. And if you're one of those people, like, I got to leave my seed. Or as my mom says, apiet brandel de ating pinum. Meaning it's good to see your skin or your flesh in this world. It's dinka for you. I speak multiple languages. If you speak dinka, then there's nothing to talk about. You heard what I said. But that's it. Many people think that way. They think it's good to have, to leave something to be remembered. I think it's just too much pressure, bro. If I had a kid, bro, I will get a monkey and then get a monkey for my son or for my daughter, and that's what we do. We just all play. I'll be like, bro, observe the monkey, observe the cat, observe the dog. That's who I want you to be like. I don't want you to be like nobody no. I don't want you to be like some athlete or some musician. I don't want you to imitate somebody. I don't want you to, be like somebody that's a human being. I want you to be like an animal. From the cat, you need to learn to be selfish and take naps and not give a fuck. From the dog, you need to learn that it's cool to be friendly with people sometimes, it's cool to be friendly with people. It's cool to go play. And like a monkey, you need to learn, bro, that if somebody is throwing shit at you, you throw shit back. If somebody, is in your environment, you fuck with them. Monkeys are very cheeky. And so I would raise my child like a monkey. But because of the systems we built, some idiot who has a little degree or went to school, did a bit of writing, will come and say, "Oh, we need to take away your children because you just don't know what we're doing. You don't know what you're doing. It's child safety." We built a system where, and I think the young people like myself know, uh, it's not worth it, bro. You're already having a hard time. You're like, look around, bro. There's people on drugs. There's people doing this. There's people doing that. There's people doing. But you want your child is definitely going to do one of those things, and it may be something that you don't like. Your child will be somebody that you don't even think like you, or somebody that you don't even like recognize. Sure, the blood and everything will be the same, but this little kid will not be like you, and I think that's the best outcome. If a child is not like his parent and the child realize that the parent is the child. In many instances, people get children just to fit in. I don't want to have a kid just to fit in. And then this kid, once he's here, he has to realize that he has to fit in. He has to play this game now. He has to fit in because I wanted to fit in. It's just so stupid. Or he's going to have to want things because I want things. And he's going to have to play this game. We think people that don't want things are weird. They're just making themselves small. Have you ever thought of maybe the people that realize that wanting and thinking are the same thing, and that's what caused all of us pain? You can be a rich person, you're still in pain. It's because the world, the way I see it, we all share something all in common, a sort of a collective world mind. And your child will be born in that collective world mind. And this is where I will end it and finish here. In that collective world mind that we all share, the Africans, the South Americans, the North Americans, the Asians, everybody, I'm not impressed with it. And I don't want my child to be part of the world mind that we built. If you want your child to be part of this world mind that we built and to play the game that we play, by all means, bro, go ahead. But for me, I'm just lucky. And there's no way I can guarantee that my child will be lucky to see the game that we're playing. It could be she could be very much a victim of this world. Because there are many bandits running around and there are many idiots running around. And there are some good people. I'm not impressed with what we built. Suppose we were living in a time where we all just depended on communities and we go hunt for our food and everybody's naked walking around the jungles and shit. Like people that like the tribe, like the uncontacted tribes in the Amazon. I'm impressed by that life. I would have a kid then. So it's only because of the world we built it. That's why I don't want to have a kid. They may have a hard time working out what's going on here, just like you are having a hard time working out what's going on here. That's why you had kids. If you worked out what's going on here, you wouldn't. We would all collectively just choose to go extinct. Now, I'm not part of the Extinction Rebellion. I'm not an anti-natalist. I think people should have kids if they want to, if that's the desire. If that's what you want to do, do it. And someone would say, oh, but then don't we need license for people to have kids and blah, 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 bro. The whole mindset of like adults can't just walk around. It's April now, so it's like mushroom season. I live in Victoria, in Australia. The psilocybin mushroom grows everywhere. We used to just go pick them. Now, you can go stand next to a psilocybin. The moment you pick it up, now it's illegal. You can go to jail. You can just see it there, take a picture, whatever. In Australia, you pick that psilocybin up, you're in trouble. Okay, what my point is to connect to what I just said. If we start to require license for people to have kids, you're treating human beings like idiots. And that's the last thing I ever want to do, is treat human beings like idiots. We are very clever. Even the most your local village idiot is very clever. I would treat him like a NASA scientist. In fact, I would treat your local scientist much better than a NASA scientist, than a scientist. It's not even a joke. Anyways, if I had to sum this up, I don't want to have kids because I don't trust human beings. I believe that we play too many games. And the games that other people's in my 20 years of life on this planet have played, I don't want people to play those games with my kids. I'd rather live them somewhere in the oblivion and go out. Have as much fun as possible while I'm here and go out. I don't need to drag somebody in here because I'm lonely or because I feel like it's good, to have them here, or just because I can, or somehow I'm some important person who needs to replicate. Our ancestors built villages and raised children as villages. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. We all lived in communities, and the communities raised the kids. The world we built now is very empty. If you bring a kid into this world, you'll have to be responsible for raising him. All these indeficiencies, insecurities, mental challenges, mental disabilities, successes, whatever, are not all negative. They all depend on you. You have to raise the child on your own. And I think if you're a young person like me, and you realize what I'm telling you, that we don't have villages to raise these kids, then you should sympathize on why I don't want to have kids. You're not going to help me raise them, are you? So what the fuck are we talking about? We're not in villages where I could just go hunt for like a few hours and come back and chill for the rest of the hours with my kid. When was the last time you saw your relative? You go to an Amazon, you go to African tribe people and ask them that question. When was the last? Bro, I'm just going to end it here. I had a friend, he went back to Sudan, he went back to Africa, he didn't want to leave. The place he was staying at, they had huts. But because his relatives were all over around him, he didn't want to come back here. And many people, they go back to Africa to have those environment where the village is looking after you, the village is there for you. In those environments, I would have kids, so I don't have a problem with having kids. My problem is we don't have a sense of village in the West. We're all individualists. And that's why I don't want to have kids. Because I know if I had a kid, and in the West, right here in Australia, I will be an individualist. I'll be so selfish that kid is as if he's not even here. Yeah. I will not care for them. I will raise them like a dog that you live at home and go to work. And sometimes you have to play with your dog. Sometimes I might have to play with him. And then at some point, I'm just going to be so selfish to the point where I don't even recognize that I have a child. And that is why I don't want to have one. I'm selfish to the core, and I don't want to share my time or sacrifice any time for anybody because there is no village to help me raise this one. Yeah. Anyways, maybe that's not all the reasons, but I don't want this to go on for too long. I'm not somebody who has anything important to say anyway. I'm not under the illusion that this one video is going to change how you see the whole world. But the whole world population is declining. For those people in Africa, in Asia, that just keep letting the population rise, is because they have villages, they have communities. They may not have shit. I grew up in one of these, bro. I was born in Kenya. I had my relatives all around me, bro. We used to just play every day. We start school at 6. or 7 o'clock. Primary school ends at 12. And then the rest of the time, you go climb trees, play around. It was fun. And of course, that's why they probably would have kids, even though they, why would they bring kids? There's war, there's famine, there's all. No, it's because there's relatives. There's a big family. I'm from one of the biggest families, bro. I have hundreds of relatives. But because we live in the West, we're also spread out everywhere. I don't even get to see some of them. I'm not close to any of them. Sometimes when some of them die, I just go, oh, well, travel safe. See you in the next world, my next of kin, my tribemen, my clanmen. I think in the West, because of the conditions we've created, the population will continue to. We've created and we joke about it, oh, why are young people having kids? Where they're making it hard to even have a fucking house to have to house those kids. And then they're making everything expensive and then ask you, but why aren't we young people having kids? But nigga, why do you think? Anyways, bro. Gone are the gold days of our ancestors who, when you have a kid, everyone is happy as fuck and they help you raise them. And then they'll go pick out a little piece of land and everybody will help you build that hut or that little house or section of yours. You don't have to build it yourself. I've seen it. I've seen it in the early 2000s in Kenya, bro. I remember our first house, we didn't build it. All our cousin, uncles, this uncle came from there, from there, and they all built it. Gone are those days. Now you're gonna have to put out some money, save some money to build a house and put your kids under that roof. Too much responsibility, bro. I feel like the rewards of having a child, or the pros of having a child, sort of are lesser than the cons. The cons outweigh the pros, and so if your pros of if the if you want to have a child and the reasons you want to have a child are much better than the negative, then by all means, bro, go ahead. My problem isn't the children to begin with. Children are cool. They're much more intelligent than us. A lot more intelligent than us. Can you imagine a child born by a person like this? Can you just imagine? Two of me. I can't. I don't want to. And for that reason, I don't think we should repeat what everyone else has been doing. For those that don't want to have kids, don't. For those that do, do. For those of you that are militant in telling other people not to have kids, lay off, bro. Allow it. Let these people do whatever they want to do. The world is a playground. People should do whatever they want to do. Even drag another person into the playground. Go ahead. Drag somebody into the playground. I don't care. But what I'm not going to do is play somebody's game. I don't want to play games. I don't want my child. I don't want you to play those games on my child. That's it. Play those games on your own. And let me make one more prediction. If we are to ever reach 10 billion, hear me out. I'm making this prediction today. If the world population ever reached 10 billion, the time is approximately 10:39 on a Saturday, April 13, Australia time. We will all be wiped out. The human being is a cancer to this planet. We hate this planet. And by the time we reach 10 billion people, that would be its limit. Our mother will kill us all. Our mother will kill us all. Gaia, this thing, Mother Nature. It will shrug us out. Just like you, when you go to wash, and you kill the bacteria on your body. Same thing. Mother Nature will just shake her booty and shake us off. Shake her booty and shake us off. We're already almost there. What are we at? Like 8 billion now? 2 billions to go. So by that time, just enjoy the merry-go-round, bro. There's nowhere to go. You either take a drug, go to sleep. You can unalive yourself. That's your right. Go ahead. Or you can just enjoy this thing as much as possible by your lonely. Kettle hats out. Next time you want to have kids, yeah, imagine this is your kid. Would you be proud if this was your kid? If I was your kid? Now, there's a chance that your child will be literally like me. Not like me, but sort of like me. If you look at me and say, yes, that guy, if my child is like that guy, I will be happy. Then go ahead and have kids. My bro, go ahead. Bye-bye, kettle heads.